both for joining us today and sharing your insight on all the stories for today. Now we move on to our next story. China's foreign ministry has now responded to Trump's statement on China's import of Iranian oil and said that China will take reasonable steps for its national interest to ensure its energy security. This comes after U.S. President Donald Trump said that China can continue to purchase Iranian oil after Israel and Iran agreed to a ceasefire, a move that the White House clarified did not indicate a relaxation of U.S. sanctions. He also expressed hope that China would also purchase plenty of oil from the United States. According to reports, Trump was drawing attention to the fact that Iran had not yet attempted to close the Strait of Hormuz to oil tankers, a move that would have posed significant challenges for China and the world's largest importer of Iranian oil. Trump's statement came shortly after the ceasefire announcement and were viewed by markets as bearish signal, contributing to a nearly 6% drop in oil prices on Tuesday. Despite the remarks, oil traders and analysts in Asia reportedly do not expect immediate changes in China's buying patterns. Iranian oil makes up about 13.6% of China's oil imports so far this year. In contrast, U.S. oil comprises only 2% of China's imports, with Beijing's 10% tariffs continuing to dampen demand. Now we stay in Asia. Tensions are flaring once again between China and Taiwan, this time over the interpretation of history. China insists it cannot invade Taiwan because the island is already part of its territory, a claim Taiwan strongly rejects. Chinese officials point to post-World War II declarations as proof of that Taiwan was returned to China after Japanese occupation. But Taiwan's President Lai Ching-te calls that a distortion of history, asserting Taiwan is a sovereign country with a 113-year legacy as the Republic of China. Beijing continues military pressure near Taiwan, while Taipei warns against historical revisionism. With both sides digging in, the rhetoric is escalating at a time of growing regional tensions. Now we move on to Africa. Thousands of protesters took to the streets of Nairobi today, marking 1 year since the deadly storming of parliament during anti-government demonstrations. The protests last year left at least 60 dead amid clashes over economic hardships and tax hikes. This year, police blocked roads and secured government buildings ahead of planned rallies. Many young Kenyans called for President William Ruto's resignation, chanting, "Ruto must go." The government urges peaceful protests but warns against violence. Police chiefs have addressed the media to clarify protest rules and security measures. Here's what the Inspector General Douglas Kanja has said.
Any contrary conduct constitutes an unlawful and a riotous assembly. The National Police Service shall, at all times, lawfully and firmly prevent any breach of peace by any group of or groups of persons acting contrary to the provisions of the law.
An Australian woman is standing trial for allegedly serving a fatal meal made with poisonous mushrooms. Erin Patterson is accused of cooking a lunch that killed 3 family members in Victoria last year. Prosecutors say she used death cap mushrooms, one of the world's deadliest, and knowingly added them to individual portions. Patterson has pledged not guilty to multiple counts of murder and attempted murder. She insists the deaths were a terrible accident and that she never intended to harm anyone. The judge has begun a second day of instructions to the 14-member jury, which must reach a unanimous verdict. The case has gripped the nation, sparking debate over mushroom for aging laws and family feuds turned deadly. The trial continues this week in Melbourne. Well, that's all we have to